Hey, so today is the release date of Milky Halo. Thanks to Guillemot for publishing. These are poems that I started back in February. I was on a train back from Aberdeen and had been doing a lot of work on petrocultures and thinking about energy. And then, sort of sipping Tesco whiskey and looking out at the sea and thinking a lot. And then the rest of the book was kind of written in lockdown 1.0 and kind of just like feeling spring in the most intense way of my life and thinking about intimacies at a distance and what's in the air and what kind of like nourishing halo we can wear to inoculate ourselves in some sense while also connecting and resonating with others, more than human as well. So I'm just going to read a couple poems as a little sample. Rosability. Asking me in the mausoleum of roses why we cannot touch the roses. I am assured of your commitment to roses, especially rare ones, black, gold and blue roses of acquired transparency. Roses filling galleries with their gifts of roses, screenshot roses so lossy compressed. Roses, how you twisted such roses around the stem of my name, thorny roses, refreshingly plural, one of several roses or more roses you named after the roses. In a garden among roses your daughter was born in. How many roses will it take to enact what Sard did to roses of violent prose, tainted roses smashing flesh, collect as shit, surrendering roses on some Dutch pavement where you kiss the roses from my cheeks, faux naive as apple roses are known to resemble. Lovely roses for those loving roses had Gertrude Stein entwined in roses said, that's enough. And you loop in the roses if ever a roses. Plasma roses tossed in the pool of my sex, shallow, the roses here are yours. Dissatisfy me with roses of plenitude cast to abyss. I'm throwing my roses on the noble lawn, the gloaming roses, a sky with pink roses of structuration. These tennis roses are new to the game, sincerity roses, me clean now, a hyperbole of roses. I was given that day by the lake. Hold roses in Lana's mouth because ornaments blush, roses like speech, smoky roses of smoke to coat the gloss roses. Imagine the world ran out of those roses. No emojis but roses. My neuroses among roses is a rotary of petal and bone, such social roses. The rose of the rose is just roses, of pleasure, less of this. Roses a stupid leisure. If stars could be roses aware of themselves, like roses wilt too soon, intransitive roses to crisp in glass houses, dissecting the light roses of prior species, gorgeousness, a grafted hunger. Arcadia Glazer. Born in the hangover of Valentine's, when you're wrong, it fills me with chlorophyll. I, a cop botanist, policing the iris. Wherever we turn, I give you a swerve of the idyll, the law. I give away teeming gold, a lie. One law you eat is a lash, another star-shaped female, new-gardened, the colouring ever so wrong. But I love it by a sickling April, version of rain is laxness. Soap a weeping search for this. As if to erase our cells, elate in the sand, I eat with rain the pepper spray sentiment, good and green as good as fallen. The law you eat is wrong and wrong. Marshmallow. Swerve and sweet. In the time of the face is arrival, chewy pinks of decision. You slink moschino between screens with your meme-sized come down. I dream you ultimate skinny version of poem is a shiny less problematic than God is a house. Call me eternity too dozy, stolen halo collected thousands. No gelatin tonight, that I might see this, masticate cinders, whiter than white swizzle stick for apocalypse supper. I love the secret italicized twilight. Soft waterproof formula. This one was written kind of as part of an email exchange with an artist friend, Jacko Flynn. The forest wore plum-coloured coal to your birthday, so that I might shoot very brightly, reciting the old line, "It's sunny outside in London," arming myself with a glamour of llamas and saying, "This calls for survival." With time, the fruit of shadow would smudge in each duct of the capital, but for now, only feeling I am one with all neon. You blow me out. In the clearing we cut into the cake, which is a plum cake, garnished with low-hanging leaves, sugar birds and snow-capped bambies that leap to see you with a mouthful of cannabis. As if the haze could last, I gift you the heft of my animal neon, lime-green talons and gore of jam. What of this scene would you eat? You are wearing the naked suit of Eden. The forest is kissing your cheeks into brightest green, and the llamas clamour for hours of us. Reality falls upon a crumb, and we clear of our cities, clearing the shoots of light. This is only to say, my gun is a curious, elaborate flower you pick to wish upon the life we live, now that the virus is gone and your plum bleeds slow, where the forest is weeping through the years we forgot to settle. Nice and Eurydice. Sleaziest variable, Orpheus with ice in his arteries, to know precisely this, that you would hold Marlena to the standards of roses, that you would motor the way, that you would even queue for it, I took paid opportunities to die in the library, that you would tattoo such words from Vegas or Hades. I was happy to oblige with a handsome fist, to fall as though waiting to fall. When you ask, I say, very much in love. I wanted the 20 white Russians of a Lorca sonnet, a 90s classic, the bad erotica of looking back. Heathenish. If I ate the mushroom soup of the man who betrayed me, efficacy is the low light of a seasoning, we notice the geese, something akin to composition. I have notions of a life outside language. If I knew what this looks like as a quantity of butter, you are no ultra in the violet of dying here, slow as hyperbole. I want the arrival of post, the simmering sensation of a rainbow dehissing this April afternoon. His body is hotly elsewhere of capacity, and I don't care. What does it mean to spoon any more warmth, chassis to chassis? Illicit such work attends to a wage, and you add the substitute for meat and call it disaster. I feel mycelial putting away the light in my lungs, just water. Who are you that I would not want to fashion the aggregate howl of distance between us? Sadness is a quality of vegetal softening, preserving salt, the change in primal form. My friends are stronger than Wednesday. Thanks.